EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the venerable Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, it's a Week 9. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the man from Notre Dame. At quarterback, it's Ian Book.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. Give them 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. For this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Book now. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Look from the gun on 3rd down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 18. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. but he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
On 1st and 10, Watson. He spots Henderson open left side. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Watson now to throw. That's caught over the middle by Fant. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Here's Watson. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down. And he's had great protection back there to throw. Really been able to survey from the pocket.
That means the jersey stays clean, so the dry cleaning bill, that's reduced. It also means the trainer doesn't have to deal with him because he's not getting hit. Also means that he's able to find targets downfield at his leisure. That allows him to be really accurate.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Book. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Book now to throw on 1st down. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Working out of the gun. Here's Book. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run. Brings up 2nd and 9. Now Book. Over the middle, it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3. To throw his Book. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Brian Burns in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play. Just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henderson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. On the give, this is Akers. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Henderson. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
We're scoreless after 1. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now Watson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Zach Boyd able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Enough to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Looking to throw. Watson. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here's Tress Way now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll set up a throw.
He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Off of play action, it's Watson. This is the tight end Fant. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson going right back to Fant. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Washington on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Back to throw, Watson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Book gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it.
Wow, that ball was knocked free. but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Book. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Book now. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Von Miller, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is taken at the 15. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But when the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
32-yard line.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll run out of the gun with Akers.
And he stopped immediately there.
Washington on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point.
This time they face a 3rd and 2. Faking the give. Now Watson. Now he's forced out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
A gain of 14. And the Washington.
Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Let's go.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll make it a 2nd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
First and goal, Washington.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far.
They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. Watson now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 2nd and goal, Watson being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They'll look to run with Akers. And Akers, he is not going to get there. They mark him short of the first.
Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And his kick is indeed good.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Michael Thomas now heading back onto the field. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game.
Book's throw complete there to Thomas.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was affected, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top.
As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
We get started up in the Meadowlands. Arizona making the trip east to take on the New York Giants. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the 2nd quarter. Antonio Gibson with a couple of touchdowns there. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Browns trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Carolina Panthers. Sam Darnold has a touchdown pass. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the 2nd half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Saints, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So here is Washington now to take over.
They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Here's Watson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Underneath need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Back to throw. Watson. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Back to throw here. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Book. Eluding the pressure. And it's out. He put it on the carpet.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Here we go on the next drive for Washington.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 22, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Watson on 3rd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's Tressway now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
Jonathan Allen, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17.
Another try after the first down sack. Book flushed out right. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And taken right on the 30. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
The Washington offense set to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Watson. Under pressure, and down he goes.
Zach Bowen
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And when you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the 41, Book. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now Kamara. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. A give to Kamara running right. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
To throw his Book. For left side, complete to Troutman. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Now Book. Open man is the tight end Troutman.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
On 1st and 10, Book.
Open is Powell. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 21.
Working out of the gun. Here's Book. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Back to throw again.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
He was covered by Dante Jackson.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3.
So his 2nd field goal here in this 3rd quarter.
The first one tied the game, and this one gets him the lead. But you just have to wonder if field goals are going to be enough. At some point, they've got to conclude these drives with the ball in the end zone.
Here's Chris Claybrooks to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Let's go.
Washington ready to try again on offense.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 7.
Now it's Watson.
Open man right side is Tony.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Watson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll run on first down. Akers, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And this shot downfield on second down is brought in. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Washington.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of. And, in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth-quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season.
And Washington has retaken the lead. Well, I think we both got to thinking the team that scores the first TD may be the one to win this football game, and here we go. Our first touchdown, and it comes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it's a testament that both of these defenses were able to hold the line this long, but now, on the other side of the field, they've got to be thinking if they got it done, we should be able to punch one in ourselves.
The extra point by Sly is up and good,
and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Book now to throw on first down.
Looking sideline, incomplete.
Second and 10.
On the ground, this is Kamara. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
It's a gain of 5.
Book from the gun on third down.
Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Kamara off the draw. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9.
Book now.
Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Henderson now on first and 10. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. They run once more with Henderson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 4 here in the fourth quarter, with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
Washington on third down.
They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Watson.
Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
And that pickup on the first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 1st and 10, Watson.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
To throw again on 2nd down, Watson.
He will find his man Chase, complete.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
On the draw, this is Henderson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Out of the gun, Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Jonathan Allen on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
Rashaan Evans on the tackle. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
There comes the Saints punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but it's still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Watson.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
You need to get the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead. But that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
A 1st down throw for Book.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Book. Flush to his, and they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points, that means this is now a 2-score game.
Yeah, and that's tough to deal with, isn't it? This little time left. Those 2 points doesn't seem like a lot, but it means everything now. Those are going to be the ones we're going to look back on. Those 2 points right there, the play of the game.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
Here comes Tony on the return.
All day, baby. Let's go.
And the Washington offense heading out.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Going right back to Akers.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Here's Watson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Watson.
Throw left side complete to Chase.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. On 1st down, Akers. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run on 1st down. Akers. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Watson. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Jamar Chase with touchdown number 8 on the year. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down on the scoreboard. Just over 2 minutes to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
On 1st down, Book.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Book. It's complete. Kamara.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. You got the big lead defensively. You're willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Pass complete, Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throw left side complete to Troutman.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. So with 14 seconds on the clock, they've got to go with the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the fourth quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for Washington, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.